Hello, lovely students of class 9. You are welcome to Unit 14, Reading Second, the History of Money. Dear students, I have already uploaded the explanation of the text. मैले यो text, the History of Money को explanation अघिल्लो भिडियोमा गरिसकेको छु, and today I'm going to help you to do the exercise. Okay, the first one is find the words from the text above that have the following meanings. So, number one. So here the period during which a king, queen, emperor, etc. rules. So it starts with, okay, the first letter is given for you. It is reign. R-E-I-G-N, reign. Reign means the period during which a king, queen, emperor rules. Second, to happen before something. So it starts with pisa, p later, okay, precede. So the first letter is given here, precede. Now see, to control something by means of rules. So it starts with R. What's the word? The word is regulate. Next, simply and without much skill or attention to detail. So what does this mean? Find the single word that starts with C. This is carelessly. Okay, carelessly we can say. Okay, next one. To form a border around something. So form a border. This is frame. Frame. Okay. Next one. Something that somebody has done successfully. It starts with the EL. So legacy. Legacy. Next one. An official order given by somebody in authority. This is called fiat. Fiat. Next one. Free to govern itself. Completely independent. So it the single word is sovereign. Next one, belonging naturally essential. So belonging naturally or essential, that is the single word intrinsic. Intrinsic or intrinsic. Next is complete the table below with the correct information about the development of money. So you can say timeline and events. So it's given in your textbook. 1200 BC, cowrie shells used as money. 2000 BC, use of metal for money. 997 to 1022 C. First paper money used in China during the reign of Emperor Zhenzong. 1821 C. Introduced gold standard. So this is the time, and these are the discoveries or events related to money. Next one, 21st century. The rise of digital currencies such as Bitcoin. Okay, now next answer the following questions. Number one, what did people use to make a trade before the invention of money? What did people use to make a trade before the invention of money? Okay, that means before the invention of money, people used to trade goods through a barter system which involved exchanging one type of goods for another. Next is how were temples used as banks in the past? How were temples used as banks in the past? In the past, temples were used as banks where people could deposit their valuables such as gold, silver, and precious stones for safekeeping. Next is what was the benefit of using cowrie shells as money? So the benefit of using cowrie shells as money was that they were readily available in uniform size, in the same size, and could be found in large quantities along the coasts of the Indian and Pacific Ocean. Next is describe the coins invented by Turkey. Turkey invented bimetallic coins which were made of gold and silver and had a different 218 design on each side. Now, why did the leaders in international finance introduce the gold standard in currency? The leaders in international finance introduced the gold standard in currency because they believed that a fixed exchange rate based on the value of gold would stabilize international trade. A fixed exchange rate based on the value of gold would stabilize international trade. Next one, what form of money is being used in the 21st century? What form of money is being used? Okay, in the 21st century, various forms of money are being used, including cash, credit cards, debit cards, mobile payments, cryptocurrencies, bitcoins, okay, etc., etc. Okay. Next is Listen to the audio and complete the sentence with the correct or phrases. So you can listen to the audio. I have given here. I'll give you some answers. Was the first one? The speaker remembers the house where he was born. The sun used to come at the window in the morning, peeping. It used to wake neither too soon or late. The roses were red and white. The laburnum tree was set by his brother on his birthday. As a boy, he thinks that he is father of the heaven. Okay, now next is grammar. So use simple past, past continuous, or past perfect forms of the verb in the brackets to complete the following sentences. Number one, Mr. Singh wait for me when I reach the station. So here, Mr. Singh was waiting. So we have to write here was waiting because one action started had been let's say one action was happening before another action next other action started. पहिलो काम भइरहेको बेलामा दोस्रो काम हुन पुग्छ. So already waiting गरेको थिए. Okay, next one. Okay, this time yesterday. This time means okay, it's about continuous in the past. So you have to write what were you doing? What were you doing? So we can write it. Were you doing? Yeah, you is missing. Right? You will say what were you doing this time? I was reading a novel. Now go out last night. So did you go out last night? Did you go out? No, I was too busy to go out. What is Sapana at the party? Was Sapana at the party? Oh, yes, she. So she was dancing. Oh, she was sorry, and dancing. Okay, please make correction. She was dancing. The N is missing here. When the earthquake occurs, so what were you doing? What? Okay, what were you doing? Were you also here? Also, you is missing here. What were you doing? Right down you here. What were you doing? Okay, you. You have to write you here. Missing. You is missing. Next one. I was cooking meal. Next one. He fell off. This is okay. Two actions together happen together. He fell off. Now, really difficult when I lost the job. I was really in difficult situation. I was really in difficult situation. Next one. When I was young, I wanted to become a doctor. So I wanted to aim in life in the past. Next one. My homework when the telephone rang. I was doing my homework. I was doing my homework. Next is when I last saw Kiran, he was working in his garden. He was working in his garden. So and correct the verb forms throughout. So here this happened. So here you have to write this happened. Okay, this must be in past tense. So here verb to write verb to. This happened. Okay, write down verb to. This happened to me. When I was in India, I used to go to my office by train. On this particular evening, I hurried. So you have to write also verb to. As you are hurried to my station, but when I reached there, the train had already. So right here, actually here, past perfect. I bought a newspaper and a packet of biscuits and sit means sat, right? Verb to, okay, and also verb to, sat, okay, verb to use verb to, and verb to, yes. I'm not. I was reading. Okay, here also you are right. I was reading. While I was reading. A man came and sits, not sat. Verb to sat. It's also verb to write down verb to. And there was nothing special about him except that he was. He was. At all. I was still reading when my eyes caught verb to. This is also right in verbs too. The man reached over the table and opened. Also right verb to here. Opened. My packet of biscuits took one. Dipped. Right. Okay, verb to. Send into verb to. And popped it into his mouth. I couldn't believe my eyes, but I didn't want to make a fuss, so I ignored it. I just took. Use verb to. Biscuit myself and went back to the newspaper. Well, I was pretended to be very interested in the news. The man took a second biscuit. After a couple of minutes, I casually put a biscuit in my mouth and decided to leave. I was ready to go when the man stood up and hurriedly left. That also verb to left. I folded, it's okay, my newspaper and stood up. Stood up, that's also verb to. Send into verb to. And there on the table where my newspaper I had been was my packet of biscuits. Now Do students need to learn history? Why? Write an essay on the importance of history. So, yes, an essay about the importance of history. History is the study of past events, particularly in human affairs. It is the history of life in society in the past, in all its aspects. In relation to present development and future hopes, it is the history of man in time, an inquiry into the past based on evidence. It is an inquiry into the inevitable changes in human affairs in the past and the ways these changes affect, influence, or determine the patterns of life in the society. History is crucial for students to learn because it helps us understand the past, present, and make better decisions for the future. It provides a context for understanding the present and teaches us how our political, social, and economic systems developed. By studying history, we develop critical thinking and analysis skills, allowing us to distinguish between fact and opinion and draw our own conclusions about historical events. Additionally, history teaches us empathy and understanding, giving us a greater appreciation for diversity and tolerance. By studying the experiences of people from different times and places, we can see the world through the eyes of others, which is essential for building relationships and resolving conflicts. Finally, history helps us learn from our mistakes. By studying the past, we can see where we went wrong and avoid repeating the same mistakes in the future. For example, by studying the causes of World War II, we can understand the dangers of nationalism and the importance of international cooperation.